Remember when hostels were sketchy and full of weird rules? Now they've got DJs, yoga classes, and trendy bars. Hostel culture, once the domain of mismatched couches and volunteers running reception, got a makeover. Chains like Selina, Generator, and Freehand began expanding across continents, offering more than just a bed. Now you could check into a dorm with shared bunks, then head downstairs to a co-working space with fast Wi-Fi and matcha lattes. Some have rooftop pools. Others have full-blown nightclubs. These chains aren't just hosting travelers. They're building brands. Sleek design, local partnerships, digital nomad perks. They take boutique hotels' aesthetics and infuse them with old hostel community feel. Is there room for both? The nostalgic shoestring hostel and the stylish all-in-one postel? Or are we watching one version quietly edge out the other? Hostels began in Germany when schoolteacher Richard Sherman acquired a medieval castle and turned it into the first youth hostel to give students a safe, cheap place to stay while hiking. Early hostels were nonprofit, located in nature, and focused on peace, education, and intercultural exchange. Guests helped with chores and obeyed curfews. Post-World War II, hostels spread across Europe and beyond under organizations like Hosteling International. They stayed true to their mission: affordable, rural stays for young travelers, often in communal single-sex dorms. As global travel boomed, hostels moved into cities to cater to a new wave of solo-budget travelers. Think bunk beds, Lonely Planet guides, and kitchen pasta. This era built the classic backpacker hostel vibe. That's when hostels became more than budget alternatives. Now they were smart businesses. Compared to hotels, hostels made more money per square foot by offering dorm-style rooms. A room that fits 1 or 2 hotel beds might fit 6 to 12 hostel bunks. More beds equaled more guests equaled more nightly income. With self-serve check-ins, limited daily housekeeping, and communal spaces, hostels operated with leaner teams than hotels, especially chains that standardized the process in all locations. Besides, the model provided a lot of free marketing. The built-in social atmosphere encouraged guest interaction, which turned into word of mouth, a powerful and free way to grow brand visibility. And the global youth market meant year-round demand. Hostels targeted a resilient demographic: students, gap year travelers, and young professionals. It was only a matter of time before this powerful business model grew beyond its original roots, giving rise to Poshtels. The mid-2000s marked a significant change in the hostel landscape. As Wi-Fi became more ubiquitous and work-from-home jobs surged in popularity, hostels weren't just places to crash. They were potentially offices. This brought a whole new audience: the digital nomad. This shift was spearheaded by platforms like Upwork and Fiverr, which allowed freelancers to work remotely while traveling. Around the same time, Instagram began to shape how we viewed travel, becoming a key tool for showcasing beautiful destinations and experiences. Suddenly, it wasn't enough to visit a city. You had to look good doing it. Hostels had to adapt to the idea that their spaces had to look as good as the destinations themselves. In response to these changes, a new generation of hostel chains emerged, blending the original spirit of hostels with the polished, modern aesthetic that travelers increasingly craved. One of the most prominent examples of this new hybrid model was Selina. It began as a small hostel in Panama, but expanded rapidly throughout Latin America, eventually reaching Europe and Asia. Stylish, hotel-like rooms paired with co-working spaces, event spaces, yoga classes, and even wellness retreats. By 2019, Selina was valued at over $100 million and had expanded to 13 countries. But that kind of ambition came at a cost. After going public in December 2021, the company lost nearly all of its $1.2 billion value over 3 years. Their growth strategy couldn't survive after the pandemic, resulting in millions of financial losses, massive layoffs, and closed properties. What now? Bought by hotelier and entrepreneur Gary Murray in August 2024, Selina has been rebranded into Hostel, a more traditional boutique hotel concept. But what he found after stepping in was worse than expected. The Selina team had almost no professional hoteliers, resulting in many crucial mistakes. For example, shared rooms often sat at just 20 to 30% capacity. Many rooms lacked basic hotel features: no TVs, coffee stations, irons, or even phones. IT alone cost $2 million a year, and the company never pursued real corporate, MICE, or wholesale channels. It seems like Selina grew too fast on a shaky foundation, prioritizing aesthetics over sustainable operations and real hospitality expertise. Does that mean that the revamping of hostels was a doomed idea from the start? Not at all. Generator was a pioneer of this gentrified hostel model. Originally founded in 1995, the company underwent a major rebranding in 2011, focusing on turning hostels into chic modern spaces. Generator redefined what a hostel could look like, with high design elements, premium dorms, and private rooms. Locations like Generator Copenhagen and Generator Berlin became iconic, featuring spacious communal areas, art installations, and stylish lounges. Prices? Higher than traditional hostels, but still much more affordable than hotels. In the following years, Generator spread to cities like Rome, Amsterdam, Paris, and Barcelona, cementing its status as one of the most recognizable hostel chains in Europe. Freehand took a slightly different approach. Freehand blended the youthful, social vibe of a hostel with the high-end amenities of a boutique hotel. They opened their first location in Miami in 2012, then expanded to cities like Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York. Freehand's concept revolved around the best of both worlds, offering a full-service hotel experience with private rooms, upscale decor, and in-house bars while maintaining the dorms and communal spaces. Freehand was acquired by Generator in 2019. Another interesting example is the Social Hub. It started life in 2012 as the Student Hotel, blending student housing, short-term stays, co-working, and social spaces under one roof. Over the years, the brand expanded throughout Europe, and by 2022, the name changed to the Social Hub, reflecting its evolution into something broader than student housing, where the world comes to meet, and hybrid hospitality with a purpose are some of their new taglines, and it seems the model works for the brand so far. As the Postel trend gained momentum, it didn't take long for traditional hotel giants to notice. To compete with Airbnb's promise of local flavor and social experience, hotel groups needed something fresh. Moxie Hotels, launched by Marriott in 2014, was designed specifically with millennials and Gen Z in mind. The idea? Small rooms, big shared spaces. Communal areas take center stage with lively lounges, 24/7 bars, and tech-driven check-in desks replacing the traditional front desk formality. Then came Citizen M, founded in the Netherlands and now located in major global cities like London, New York, and Paris. While not technically a hostel, Citizen M channels many of the same principles: compact rooms, luxury common areas, and a no-frills design-forward approach. But perhaps the most explicit move into the Postel realm was Joe & Joe, launched by Accor Hotels in 2016. Joe & Joe was designed to blend the hostel and hotel experience into something entirely new. Guests could stay in dorms or private rooms, while the communal areas offered street food, bars, yoga classes, and live events. These chains aren't just imitating the hostel feel. They are competing with the very idea of Airbnb, offering lifestyle and local experience, but with better security, clearer standards, and far more Instagrammable design. But is it actually what people want? Why do the Poshtels connect to the modern crowd at all? The success of modern hostel chains lies in a combination of several factors. Today, many travelers, especially millennials and Gen Zs, are looking for more than just a place to sleep. They want an experience. This shift from material consumption to experience-driven consumption is central to the success of modern hostels. Unlike traditional hotels, which prioritize privacy and exclusivity, hostels have become, well, social hubs, where travelers can meet, network, and participate in shared activities. This attracts younger generations who are focused on making meaningful memories and connections during their travels. On top of that, many hostels offer curated experiences like local tours, art workshops, food nights, and wellness programs, which appeal to travelers looking for a deeper connection with the places they visit. Their rapid scaling is another important advantage. Modern hostel chains have expanded aggressively across major travel destinations worldwide, often taking advantage of prime locations in key cities. Hostels are often able to scale more easily than traditional hotels because of their lower overhead costs. They typically don't have as many amenities to maintain, which keeps their operational costs low and allows them to offer competitive prices. Many hostels now feature contemporary design with colorful, Instagrammable rooms, stylish common areas, and modern amenities. These aesthetic updates appeal to travelers looking for a more premium experience without the steep hotel price tag. While dormitory-style rooms are still popular, many hostels now offer private rooms with hotel-like amenities. This broadens their appeal to a wider range of travelers, including couples and families, not just solo backpackers. However, this evolution hasn't been without its detractors. Some seasoned travelers that argue in the pursuit of style and upscale appeal, Poshtels have drifted away from the foundational principles that made hostels unique. The communal spirit is often replaced by curated social events, and the spontaneous camaraderie is substituted with structured networking sessions. Moreover, the emphasis on design and luxury can inadvertently create barriers. Travelers who once chose hostels for their inclusivity and communal ethos might now feel alienated in environments that prioritize style over substance. The shift towards Poshtels, while appealing to a segment of travelers, risks marginalizing those who seek the raw, authentic experiences that traditional hostels offer. This sentiment underscores the disconnect between the Poshtels' marketed image and the actual value delivered. Many Poshtels are built for the feed, not the function. The aesthetic is on point, but the basics sometimes suffer. Under-equipped rooms, noisy nights, or staff that's more vibe curator than hotelier. Beyond the trendy lighting and branded murals, some travelers find themselves longing for a simpler, more thoughtful experience. The rapid expansion of Poshtels into emerging neighborhoods has raised concerns about gentrification. While these establishments often aim to revitalize neighborhoods and attract global travelers, they can inadvertently contribute to the displacement of long-standing residents and the erosion of local culture. Critics argue that such developments, while aesthetically pleasing, can lead to the Airbnb-ification of neighborhoods, where local businesses are replaced by establishments catering to tourists and affluent visitors. This shift can drive up property values and living costs, making it challenging for long-term residents to remain in their communities. We break it all down in our deep dive video about vacation rentals, so check it out next. The rise of Poshtels underscores the need for thoughtful and inclusive urban development strategies. While these establishments can bring economic benefits and revitalization, it's crucial to ensure that such progress doesn't come at the expense of the very communities that give neighborhoods their unique character. Hostels have come a long way from creaky bunk beds and communal chore charts. What started as a movement for young, budget-conscious adventurers has transformed into a multi-billion-dollar industry, experimenting with design, lifestyle branding, and new kinds of community. While the rise of Poshtels offers undeniable perks, It also raises questions about authenticity, affordability, and who these spaces are really for. The hostel of the future might be a little flashier, a little pricier, and a lot more photogenic. But at its heart, it's still about shared experiences and the joy of discovering the world, one bunk, one beanbag, or boutique dorm at a time. Watch our video on vacation rentals, another hospitality trend turned to norm, and subscribe for more videos about changes in the travel world.